I think it did start, but I'm not exactly sure. As you can tell, I'm using a new camera. I got this for Christmas, so I have no idea how this looks right now because I can't really see what's going on. I got one of, I think you saw it myself, when I did my, what I got for Christmas DVD. So I am here to, review Smackdown that happened a minute ago, January 18th, 2013, and the commentators for the show are JBL and Josh Matthews. And first it tells you what's gonna happen on SmackDown, the stuff with Del Rio and Big Show, and The Rock and CM Punk. And then we get Alberto Del Rio's Championship Fiesta. Um, Pretty much what happens here is Del Rio comes out to do his Fiesta, and we have like mariachi band, a woman dressed in like some weird Mexican stuff. I don't really know anything about Mexico, so I don't really know anything. Then Del Rio says that he's doing this fiesta for his friends and his family. Ziggler comes out and says that you should you're not doing you don't have any friends, you don't have a family. So then Ziggler says that he is gonna cash it. He can just cash. He says that Del Rio's not holding the World Heavyweight Championship. He's holding a target, and Ziggler's pretty much holding the World Championship because he has a chance anytime he wants to cash in that briefcase. Um, then whenever he sees fit, anyways. Then Del Rio tells him to leave, and then he's able to say to leave after Biggie Langston lays him out, and he'll leave with the World Heavyweight Championship. Then Big Show comes out, and then Ziggler tells him that I don't know if you can notice this, but the numbers are against you. Sheamus comes out, and he says he's coming out to even up the numbers. And he said, I know we've had a history. I mean, this is where I took your car. Then he says that he wants to congratulate him on beating the Big Show, and he definitely deserves to be world champion. And he's coming here for a fight. Del Rio says that you don't fight at Fiestas, but you can fight a little bit. Then Booker T comes out, makes a tag match between Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio versus Big Show and Dolph Ziggler. Then after that, Alberto Del he tells he tells Ziggler and Big Show to leave. They leave. Booker T does a spinner Rooney, and Sheamus does. Del Rio asks Sheamus to dance at his Fiesta, but he wants to keep his reputation. But he makes him dance anyways, and he dances, and it was kind of cool because Sheamus has never danced before. Sort of cool, actually. Then we get a WWE Shop.com ad, a Saturday morning slam ad. They actually show like what you do on a typical Saturdays and what the WWE does on Saturdays. New Saturday morning slam at 10:30, I guess. And then we get Kofi Kingston versus Antonio Cesaro. During this match, Miz is watching backstage. And they had a good match here. Not as great as the other matches they've been having. I just think that Kofi Kingston's screwed after that, because ever since he's lost to Wade Barrett in his Intercontinental title rematch, he just hasn't really had any big things going for him. I just thought after he won the Intercontinental Championship for the fourth time, that he had something. He was gonna get me pushed for the main event scene, but that's not what happened. It seems like they don't have any faith in Kofi Kingston. He does have some talent in there, they just choose not to utilize that talent. Anyways, so they need to try to utilize him. I mean, at least try. But they did have an all-right match here. So, Kofi Kingston goes to jump off the ropes and do a Hurricane at Antonio Cesaro, but he catches him into the neutralizer, which was awesome. Then he wins the match. Then we see Miz, as we said, because he did show this, that Miz was watching backstage. He runs into Epico, Primo, and Rosa Mendez. And he says that he's like Ric Flair's, that he's like, I forget what they said exactly, like Ric Flair's puppet or something. So then Miz says after a year of not saying anything, that's what you guys choose to say, and I thought that was awesome. So then Miz challenges one of them to a match, and she said, and he said they asked which one, and he's gonna let he lets Rosa Mendes pick. Then we get Tensai versus the Great Khali with Natalia. Hornswoggle's not there after what happened with last week in the next tag match with Biggie Langston stuff. This match, great Khali match. It was just a Khali match. Khali's not that good. He can't really. I don't know why they keep putting him back. He can't do any special moves. He can't really wrestle. He's just there for the size. What really happens is Tensai is punching him in the corner, then the ref pulls him back. He goes to run into Khali. He gets hit with the chop for the win. That was pretty much it. Then Team Hell Noah backstage. They're talking about they didn't think it was a good idea for Dr. Shelby to bring in Team World Scholars to have a match to the therapy sessions, and then Kane doesn't like what's on Cody Rhodes' face. Then Daniel Bryan says, "I know. Why can't people just realize how ugly their facial hair looks?" And he's like, "Yeah, I know how that is like." And he's like, "What are you thinking?" And obviously he's thinking about his gold face. So then they argue about whether to tell him or not. Randy Orton pops up and says, "Are you guys gonna?" And ask them if they're gonna act like a bunch of seculators, or are they gonna go or are they gonna beat bodies down tonight? Then Kane says both and leaves. Daniel Bryan says that Dr. Shelby's taught him about their anger issues, and you should know a lot about that. And then Randy Orton says that he's gonna win the Royal Rumble. Then Daniel Bryan says tells him just to focus on tonight, and then you can focus on the Rumble. Then after that we'll have a group hug. And then Randy Orton says, "I don't hug." He's like, "Not now, you do." So that was kind of funny stuff right there. Then we get Team World Scholars and Wade Barrett versus Randy Orton and Team Hell No. Decent tag match here. I didn't mind this tag match much. What really made me get into this match was when Randy Orton was getting the hot tag. He was getting in control. Then Cody Rhodes comes in from behind and hits the crossroads, and I thought when Damien Sandow pinned him right there, that was going to be it. But Kane came and broke it up. Cody Rhodes comes in, but then Kane grabs his neck and pushes him outside the ring. Then then Sandow gets Kane outside the ring. Then Orton hits the RKO on Damien Sandow for the win. And then Bryan and Kane all group hug Randy Orton, and Randy Orton was pissed about that. So then he just kind of just celebrates after that happens like it didn't even happen. So then we get a WWE Shop.com ad. It shows The Rock's concert for Monday Night on Raw, and when I saw his entrance, I thought they were going to show the entire thing, but they didn't. They only showed when he talked about Vicky Guerrero and when he called out CM Punk. Then we have The Miz versus Primo with Epico and Rosa Mendes. What is it with The Miz? Crappy wrestlers come in. They can wrestle, but let's take a look what he had. I think it was a few weeks ago. He had a match with Heath Slater. Heath Slater, not really a good wrestler, but then Miz brought a good match out of him. It wasn't the greatest match in the world, but for a Heath Slater match, that was a good match. In this case, for Primo, he's a good wrestler, but they don't utilize him. But he got to use his time out there. It's like Miz is saying, when I want to wrestle with these guys, I want them to actually wrestle. That's exactly what I think Miz is saying. Ever since he's turned face, Miz is just great. He's been great. Sometimes they don't make him look as great as you think when he was a heel, but now that he's a face, I thought it was going to be bad, to be honest with you, because I was afraid Miz was going to be only have the 5 moves of doom, because it seems like that's what happened with Randy Orton. He only had the 5 moves of doom. But now Miz, he's actually having matches with people. He's actually taking punishment. And I think this could be a start to something good for the young talent, like the Michael McGillicuddies, let me think, what else did they have? That doesn't really get utilized as much. Tyson, he can have a match with Tyson Kidd. It's a face versus face match. They could just do so many things with Miz as a face now. And I think having Miz as a face, he's been a heel like all his career. He needs to be a face for a little bit. And Miz ends up winning the match by a figure 4 leg lock. But definitely check out this match because Miz definitely can bring people up to their potential. So then we get Caitlyn, Alicia Fox, and Layla backstage. I completely forgot about Layla and Alicia Fox. I actually, it's just like they have no Divas division now. They don't have anything for Divas now. It's like they lost Eve, Beth Phoenix. I think Natalya should walk out. There's so many Divas that they don't even use that if they don't care, why should we care? Is kind of what I'm saying. Like TNA, they do care. They just don't show that they care. Sometimes you just don't think they care. At least they care enough to at least have them actually wrestle and actually utilize and make a pay-per-view and not have the same knockouts wrestle every single week like they have with Caitlyn and Eve. And now Wrestling Guru has pointed this out, and I should point this out. When your champion walk out, there's something wrong. Unless you have to have a reason to walk out. But Eve really didn't have a reason to walk out. Yeah, she wanted to be with the husband, but what was really a reason for her to stay there? Like Beth Phoenix, why do you think she retired? Who else walked? Like I think Alicia Fox, she can't really wrestle anyways. She should walk out. Natalya can wrestle, but they don't let her wrestle. She's with the Great Khali right now. And now we have Oksana, and instead of having Natalya out there, we have Oksana out there. To be honest with you, have Natalya out there. But that's all I really want to say. Then they showed a bullying ad, which I don't mind. Bullying is a bad thing. It's just I have to see. It's just like this is the same ad I saw before they brought this back. I want to see something different with this ad, because how can I care about something if I have to see the ad over and over and over again? It's repetitive. And we actually saw Jordan Sparks. I haven't heard from her in a while too. Then we have Alicia Fox versus Caitlyn. I love how right after she wins, they don't even talk about it. It's like, yep, it's done. Caitlyn wins with the spear. Then it shows Mick Foley's video package of the Hall of Fame. I think it should, and it has pretty much everything on there. It has his when he got thrown off the cell by the Undertaker, when he won the WWF Championship, when they formed the Rock and Sock Connection and they won the WWF Tag Team titles, showing him as a little boy holding like a made WWF Championship, and it shows him that backstage segment that him and The Rock had on Monday, which I thought was actually kind of cool. But I think they should have had his hardcore match with Edge, Randy Orton. I understand it's PG, but show some respect. Put those there, because like I think they should have they also show his transformation into Dude Love and Cactus Jack. I should mention that. But I think they should have some other stuff there, because he does, like maybe, it does show him giving the Mandible Claw. The empty arena match we had with The Rock. He really has done a lot with this company, and I think they should show it more. We're gonna get to hear some stories about it in the Hall of Fame, though. So then we get Raw ad. It tells you about they're just gonna. It asks the question, what are they gonna do the final Raw before the Royal Rumble. Then it shows Mick Foley being inducted into the Hall of Fame with the Shield stuff. So then we get the Shield promo. And I actually didn't mind this promo by the Shield. It's pretty much like what they've been doing with the cameras, but I think they should actually be able to talk on Raw Live, because not many people watch SmackDown. And the reason why is because they keep spoiling SmackDown. That's why not many people watch it, because then they get mad, then they get spoilers. I think SmackDown should actually go live, to be honest with you. But, they introduce themselves, and they say the reason they attacked McFoley was because he left a lot of like broken dreams, broken careers when he was in his Hall of Fame. And they attacked me, and they said that there were and Roman Reigns I think said this, that there were 206 bones in the body, and we broke one of Randy Orton's. That was nothing. They tell Sheamus that you fight for fun. We fight for injustice. And then they introduce themselves again, drop the camera, and leave. I thought this was a fine promo. Then we have Randy Orton's backstage, and he just finished watching that, which was kind of strange. Again, I don't know. But then Sheamus comes in and he says, "Funny, they can they pop out anywhere in the building and they just talk right there." Then you know what? Like, it's nothing funny about that, Sheamus. They cost me a month of my career. Then he apologizes for not being there on main event. Randy Orton says, "I never needed your help anyways." Then Sheamus is like, "Well, you needed my help when on Raw when they were outnumbering you and Ryback." Then Orton's like, "That's why I like you, Sheamus. You always have an answer for everything, but you won't have an answer at the Rumble because he wants this win and he needs this win." And then he says he won't have an answer. So then we get Big Show and Dolph Ziggler with AJ and Big E Langston versus Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio, and during this it shows the Best of Raw and SmackDown 2012 ad. Typical tag match, except the way it ended was kind of strange. I think Big Show tagged himself in when Del Rio put Ziggler in the cross arm breaker. Then Del Rio throws water into Big Show's face and he leaves, and Del Rio and Randy Orton win by count out, and then balloons fall down. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Now, I'm sorry if you can't see probably my whole face in this video, but this is my first time using this camera. I'm gonna myself watch this video, but that's pretty much all I have to say for SmackDown. It was kind of an average show. The stuff I think I did like was the Miz Primo match. I didn't mind the 6-man tag match, and I liked that Shield promo, and I liked that they showed the video package for McFoley, but that wasn't really for SmackDown. But the other stuff, the Ziggler, I did like Ziggler coming out there with the Fiesta, but there wasn't really much else that really bought me. Cesaro and Kofi wasn't bad, but it's just like they have no faith in Kofi right now. But if you want something I definitely recommend you going to look for is probably that Miz and Primo match, because that was a pretty good match. So I'm gonna kick off this video. I have to go up here and do it, make sure I'm hitting the right button. That's pretty much it, guys. Subscribe to the stuff in the description box that I will be putting down there eventually. Okay, I thought I hit stop. Oh, it's not stopping. How do I get it to stop? How do I get this thing to stop? Yeah, this is my first time using this camera, guys. I don't know how to get this to stop. I want to stop.